Everyone. Thank you for joining. It is August 12th,
12.
2021. Oh, we're missing somebody.
Oh, I,
Gabe, Gabe,
I
can you text
Sorry.
Les?
oh,
Okay.
Oh, there is Leslie.
Grace, that's something I don't do. Now that you're president, you just need to, you need to take care of that. So thanks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gabe.
No,
This
thank you.
this is my first day as the president of the community council, so this is very exciting.
I should use one of my reactions, right? There we go.
Grace, Grace, can I just take a little moment and thank and apologize to the committee for the last meeting. As you know, I was sitting in my late wife Elizabeth's chair, and I was working on this therapy. It's an identity grief therapy that I'm working on, where you identify with the person who's passed, and you try to work through the grief in taking on them. And so that's what I was doing last meeting in the chair. I was trying to be like my late Elizabeth's condition of not being able to move freely. And I just thank the committee for being very understanding and not calling me out on that and just accepting what I was going through. So
That is fascinating.
On behalf of the committee, sorry, Grace.
You can't really do that. You can't do that anymore, Gabe.
Yeah, sorry. You should do something. Yeah, you should take over because go ahead, please.
On behalf of the committee, thank you for sharing that, Ruben.
thank you for being understanding, all of you. And Carlos, I don't know you, but I'm looking forward to working and processing with you. Okay, that's it. Thank you, Grace.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Escuchar. So as you all know, Tish can't be with us for a while after her accident in her routine with Gordon. Phil, how is Gordon doing?
Well, he's a bit traumatized, and actually, Dr. Escuchar, I was hoping to maybe set up an appointment with you sometime this week for a session, because
I don't think Carlos knows who Gordon is.
I as a matter of fact, I do, because I was, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Carlos Iguchi. My family runs the club where Tish does some of her performances, and so I'm acquainted with the cockatoo. Yes.
Oh,
Fantastic. Great.
But let me just tell you, may I pass on along a message from Tish? I just saw her this morning, and she just says to send her love, and to and then she sent me Intersted, and I hope I do not disappoint you. And this is kind of a new thing for me, but I will pass on everything that is said to Tish.
Fantastic. Thank you, Carlos. Just to reiterate, Tish got into an accident with Gordon during their routine at the farmer's market. She was in critical condition, but she's now in stable condition. So that's good. I'm wearing sleeveless to honor Tish, showing the shoulders. And Carlos is here as her proxy. So Carlos, if you want to, how do you know Tish?
As I alluded to before, I am, my family business owns many things. I'm a legitimate, very, very varied businesses that we have. One of them is the club, where she performs at night. A very amazing, very different from farmers market performance, but amazing. The muscle control, musicality that she has, it's just incredible. It's adult entertainment, don't get me wrong, but very, very fascinating, very fascinating. I think many of you would, it's mind-blowing, I think you say so. But that is one of my businesses. I know her through our business relationship. So, and she is lovely. She's very lovely, Tish. And she will be with you soon. We hope to have her working again in maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So just to let you know.
is that, you say, is it totally nude? You said
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
As a member, Ruben, yeah.
Gabe, yes, I've seen you many times. Yes,
I have a platinum membership there. Thank you, Carlos. I have a platinum membership there.
Yes.
And Grace, actually, that would be a perfect place for you. If this doesn't work out, just let me know. Obviously, we know Carlos now, and I could even give you a good word if you want.
Me?
who you
Oh,
talking
it's just putting it out there to anybody.
Grace already
Whatever.
Grace has her own career, I think.
Oh, I see.
It's a very lucrative. We have at least a temporary position, but many other positions. So
I'm good.
well, Leslie and Grace.
Carlo.
Okay.
I'm good.
A lot
Thank
of
you.
good positions
Thank
for
you,
you.
Gabe, for volunteering me for that. Real classy
out there.
there.
Just putting it out there, Grace. Yeah,
Are you saying do you own a strip club, Mr. Higuchi?
Yeah, among many other businesses. So we deal in auto
no.
parts and pharmaceuticals, many things. But the strip club is part of it, big part of our business.
Yeah, we don't call it a strip club anymore. It's not.
I try to avoid that name. I'm so sorry.
This makes me very uncomfortable.
I'm so sorry. Phil, it is,
Oh.
right? I'm so sorry.
Phil, you and I will go, and I'll totally, it'll be all right. Especially if you go with a friend, Phil, you'll be fine. Don't worry, I'll take care of you, Phil.
I will not. No, Gabe. No.
Phil,
No.
we'll talk about it later.
Maybe it
Phil, my apologies for springing this proxy in on all of us. Really, we haven't met you, Carlos, or interviewed you. Phil, how are you feeling right now?
I'm okay. I may need Gordon, but I'm gonna just breathe through the pain.
Breathe. Yes, breathe.
Thank you, Dr. Escuchar.
Right, good.
That's really interesting. I didn't realize that the idea of nude women was so traumatic to certain people.
Oh, you'd be surprised the triggers that individuals have. And all it is, it's a process of going back to the root cause of this. And Phil, let's make an appointment. I'm sorry to be taking up the committee's meeting, but this is all.
That's totally fine. Sorry, I'm doing it again. Sorry.
Gabe,
It's force of habit.
I think this is necessary conversation for all of us since we are sharing the same space,
Right.
right?
And Carlos, I'm curious to get to know you a little better, but this is all in good time.
Yes, Dr. Escuchar.
We've got a lot to discuss.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Leslie. So let's start on our agenda. Gabe, you have our agenda for us. Why don't you go ahead and give us our first item?
Yeah, just off the top of my head, again, that was something that I was assigned per se. I think is you assumed.
No, it shouldn't be the top of your head because it was in the email. Remember, Gabe?
It wasn't because you changed my email ever since I got demoted from president. So it's going to like a ghost server now. So I think, but you know what? Hey, I could totally improvise and I could totally take control of this if you'd like.
Because you got the Zoom link, so it's going somewhere.
It was a different email though, Grace.
Oh,
but
is it?
It's okay. It's okay. I do have
It's
a couple
fine.
of the topics.
Fine.
Yeah, totally.
Well, I did get the email myself, actually. So.
It's all right, Carlos. I'll put you up to date on this. But there's an issue that we had about the overpopulation of dogs in the animal shelters due to people in quarantine giving them up. So I think that was the top of the agenda, Grace.
Thank you, Gabe. So anyone want to vote on that? Is that?
Well, I'm confused as to why it's being brought to the community council. I mean, what can we do about shelters being overcrowded?
Right.
I think it was an issue of whether or not we're going to allow for the killing of all of the overpopulated animals versus just trying to stuff them in the cages. Yeah, and Grace, if you had read that memorandum on it, then maybe we'd be a lot more prepared for this.
You know, I must have missed that memorandum because this is news to me. Gabe, do you care to elaborate on this?
Yeah, so basically we're getting too many animals and it's inundating our shelters in our local communities. And so that overpopulation, we have to do something about those numbers because we have to either euthanize all of them or we just have to not accept them. Those are the two choices.
I think this falls under the jurisdiction of animal regulation. This has nothing to do with this committee. That's an animal regulation issue, and they are the ones that are dealing with it. So I think I think we should move on. I don't think we have any say and their policy is how they address this particular problem.
I would like to propose that we become a liaison with, what is it, the Humane Society?
We are, Leslie, we are.
Yeah.
We are the Humane Society.
No, we already do have a liaison with them, and we oversee their practices and their ethics and stuff. So that's why it was brought up to today's agenda.
This is news to me. I did not know that we were.
I didn't know that either.
Are there any pit bulls? Any pit bulls among these dogs? I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah, the majority of them are Staffordshire Terriers. Yes, Carlos.
Are you interested in adopting, Carlos?
I'm involved in a program where these dogs are given food and shelter, and
Wonderful.
they participate in activities. So yeah, it's very lucrative. I mean, very nice for the dogs. Yes, they can participate
maybe
together.
We can take this on as an agenda item and find that solution. Have Carlos adopt all of the dogs. Phil, you seem to have a very emotional reaction to this. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. The thought of all of these animals being euthanized makes me, it's heartbreaking. So, Mr. Higuchi, if you are not able to take in all of the animals, I will happily adopt all of the other animals that are not able to be adopted by you.
Nice.
Or perhaps I give you the survivors. But okay, all right, great. We'll talk about this later.
Well,
And
my
just-
question is too,
go
since
ahead.
this was a direct reaction, these the dogs, from my understanding, were adopted by people who were lonely during COVID, but now that everything's opening up, they're letting them out on the
Right.
street.
They're abandoned.
My question is, how do we know that these dogs don't have COVID?
I don't believe
we should
dogs
test
can get COVID.
What?
There is a corona virus shot for dogs and cats, and it's not just dogs, Leslie. It is both cats. And sadly, Phil, there are a number of birds that have also been abandoned at these shelters. There is a shot for it, and then we actually can give those shots to the animals. This is a real thing. I know it's crazy. I just got my dog vaccinated, and
Wait,
there is a
are you
corona
saying
shot.
that we as a council should give the shots?
No, we will allow for the shelters to give shots to those animals that we don't kill. And by the way, that when we say kill, we don't have the funds for euthanasia. We actually shoot them.
Oh
I
my
was sadly at a
Wait a minute. Wait.
shelter the other day, and they ran out of euthanasia serum, and they're just using guns. So that's just where we're at right now.
This is a joke, right?
No, it's not a joke.
You can't be serious.
I'm serious.
This day and age, this is what a city is resorting to.
Yes, it's cheaper, and it doesn't require any medical staff or anything like that. And it's fast. It's very humane. I saw it. They just literally take care of the
Who's
animals,
actually
put it in-
Murder! How is that humane?
right?
They don't suffer, as what they told me. I didn't do it. I'm just a messenger. So
Suffer.
Yeah.
You're taking.
To Gabe's point, it is very cheap. I know this for. Anyways, go on, Gabe, please.
thank you, Carlos. But yes, thank you.
I am, Grace. I'm appalled at what is being shared here, and the callousness, Gabe, on your part to think
I'm
that
just a messenger, Ruben. Don't kill the messenger.
No, just kill the dogs.
Yeah.
Well, sadly, cats too, and some birds.
Okay,
All
all
right,
right.
sorry, Phil. Sorry.
Can we move on?
Let's move on. Yeah, this is.
This has been very upsetting to Phil.
Oh, we've got to bring it back up, okay? We're gonna, okay?
Sorry, Phil.
I think we should table this. Like I said before, this is animal regulation. I mean, we can file a protest or a letter of concern, but
Right.
but
Grace, could you put that on the notes that we should contact?
As the president, Gabe, I don't do that anymore. So I thought it was clear that you would be doing that from now on.
Me? Oh, I wasn't told what my newly demoted position is, so I just figured you would still take care of that since you were already doing
Not
that
a
prior.
demotion. Gabe, it's not.
Well, we should go on though. We should go on.
It was a lateral move, Gabe. Okay.
There's a lot of responsibility with taking notes. I mean, how are we supposed to
Yeah.
know what's going on if?
Let's just leave it to those who have already done it and are established in doing so. So, Grace, thank you for volunteering.
I did not
Should we
call
move
into
on?
here.
Should we move on though? I mean, yeah, I think Ruben's right. We should go with the other agenda items.
But let me point out something. I am sensing a lot of passive aggressive behavior.
Me too.
Okay? And whether you're or not you're aware of this transpiring, it is transpiring. And that's all I'm going to
Grace,
say.
is it Grace or me? Because I'm fine. Right? You know, again, this is not about us. It's about the community. So Grace, I'll give it up to you. So maybe we should continue on with our meeting.
This reminds me of when my parents used to fight, and it's making me very uncomfortable.
Reminds me of the same thing. My parents used to fight all the time too, Phil.
Reminds me when I get into the, I don't want to go there right now. Okay, I'm gonna, let's,
Well, my parents got along so well. They're very loving, very, very loving people.
okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all the time we have for today. So,
Oh, well, there's other things on the agenda, no?
yeah, I think we'll just table those until the next meeting in 2 weeks.
And I can make a suggestion that Grace and Gabe, and if you want, I can act as a moderator, but I think you two need to have a discussion and just accepting and the new roles that you've undertaken, because this is spilling out into our meeting, and I think this should be worked out away from these meetings. That's all I'll say.
Thank you for that offer, Dr. Escuchar.
Thanks, Ruben.
Can we schedule that for 15 minutes before the next council meeting?
We'll be available if need be.
And just for the record, because I'm dealing with a lot of the finances, we don't have it in the budget to pay you for that, doctor.
All right. So we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
And Ruben and Gabe will sign on 15 minutes early for that session, that free session. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Phil, and welcome, Carlos. We'll see you probably again in 2 weeks. I'm assuming Tish won't be.
We'll see how Tish does, but yes.
I'll see you this Saturday, Carlos.
Gabe.
Phil, call.
I will. Thank you, Dr. Escuchar.
Phil, you and I, Saturday. All right. See you later.
No.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for our meeting today.
I'm sorry. I just have to say that is really, it's blowing my mind, because my first impulse is to say you can't smoke in public, but we're not. So
Or not, yeah.
In our home.
smoke if you got 'em.
They're in their homes. And I think this was a very fruitful 15 minutes prior to, so I'm
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, yes, yes.
You guys are
Good one,
glowing.
I think it was very fruitful.
I think it was amazing, right, Grace? I mean, you were amazing, Grace. Oh,
Funny.
you are
That's
fucking.
funny.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Language.
Yes.
Oh man, yeah. Thank you, Ruben. Thank you, Grace.
Thank you, Gabe, twice.
Come on, Ruben. It's all you, Ruben. Gosh, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are watching, Ruben, Grace.
I'm just an observer and a mediator.
Well, Leslie Phil Carlos, I highly recommend Dr. Ruben Escuchar, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Ruben. And Grace, if you need anything at all, you know where to find me.
I do. I've got your right email address now, Gabe.
Yeah, you do. And I'm gonna be emailing you all the pertinent information for our meetings and agendas and stuff like that. All
And
right?
I'll be replying right back.
I know you will. I will. All right. Enough. All right.
So we have an agenda. There are a ton of things that were tabled from our last meeting. Gabe, you and I both have the copies of the agenda, but I'll just go ahead and list the first thing.
I'd love to hear you say it.
I'm sorry, but before we begin, I just have to warn you. I have a unavoidable, but I have to step away maybe for 2 minutes, sometime during the next few minutes. But I will be back. I have a business meeting. Associate is coming to me, but I will.
Just turn off your camera.
Yes, I will definitely turn my camera off, and I will. It'll only be very, very short, maybe 2 minutes.
That's okay.
So
We're glad you're here.
Just warning you. Glad to be here too. Glad to be here too.
Carlos. So there was a noise complaint for all the illegal roosters and chickens that are in the neighborhood. The first complaint was logged by a Tim Miller, and since then there have been many likes from the Angel Felice Dale district.
This has actually bothered me for a while because I don't like the term illegal chickens and roosters, because we all know that the majority of the owners are Latino. And to call them illegal is really calling their owners illegal. And that's just, undocumented perhaps,
It's
right?
that commutative
Good
property.
point. Very good point,
Logic.
Leslie. Very good point.
If I could add, I think it's more like unlicensed, because roosters are pets and they are supposed to have licenses. I think that's a better, perhaps, connotation for them. Grace, what do you think?
Unlicensed. I absolutely agree. I think that's brilliant. It's genius. Unlicensed. I'm gonna cross
That's
off.
really
I'm gonna delete the illegal and replace that with unlicensed.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good.
And I will be taking the notes because I've been doing them. So
No, Grace, I've already started using my iPad here, so I could do it for you. So please.
If you
you know what? Why don't we both take notes and then compare notes after the meeting?
Yeah, I'm sure you do a lot better than I do, but I love that. Let's compare notes after the meeting.
I guess we'll find out.
I guess we will.
Oh, I was going to say happy medium would be to open a Google Doc and you can take notes at the same time.
I think it's important that they come together.
Well, we need to just continue working
That's
together,
very important.
Grace, through this, because that's for the benefit of the committee.
So
just
what
want
makes
to
a
be-
chicken illegal? I'm sorry, Phil.
it just makes me so happy that Grace and Gabe are getting along. I think it's bringing such a nice,
Yes.
harmonious, sense to our meeting and our family. I mean, our council.
I agree with Phil. Very, very nice. Very good. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Yes, Andy means. Okay. Pardon me. I'll be only away just for one very short moment. Okay, just please. I have somebody I need to speak to. Mr. Okamoto. It's been a long time.
He needs to mute himself.
Much too long.
He didn't mute himself.
Did he
Oh,
mute?
he did. Yeah, he muted himself.
Okay.
I don't know what that. It sounded like. I don't know what
Where's
that.
he from? He has an odd accent.
He sounds kind of Hawaiian, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Hawaiian, but like Persian?
I'm sorry. That
That's
didn't
like
take very long. That didn't take very long. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But these things take time, and
We were wondering where you're from originally.
Well, my family is from Japan originally, then Tel Aviv, and then to
Oh,
to
wow.
Lomita, California. So
Well, that
just have
explains it.
to.
It's an exotic accent that you have.
Yeah. Well, people always ask me about it all the time. So just gotta just. Oh yes, when he comes to give my love to his wife, please. Thank you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm completely done with my meeting, and I'm give you my 100% attention. Believe me. I'm completely. This business has been finished. So.
Is
Hey,
that
oh,
blood?
wait. Oh, just a little nick. I got look on my finger here. It's a little mishap, little disagreement between me and Mr. Okamoto. Just nothing to worry about. It's all straightened out. Don't worry. So,
All right. So
back to
chickens.
our business. Chickens. Yes. How about those chickens?
Chickens.
Oh, yeah. So my question was, what makes a chicken or a rooster unlicensed and a pit bull not? I mean, do you have to license a dog, a cat?
Gabe,
Grace, thank you. I appreciate it.
I saw your hand, so I got you.
Thank you. I just don't want to interrupt you because you have a lovely voice. If I may, Leslie. So last meeting we were talking about the shelters and sadly the overpopulation. I was there again, and they were telling me that roosters aren't a common domesticated pet, so therefore they need a special kind of zoning, and with that zoning comes a particular kind of license that I think falls under the topic of livestock because it isn't a domesticated cat or dog. So that's why
I'm still confused though. What is the complaint about? That they're unlicensed or that they have a certain behavior?
Noise.
Noise. Yeah.
Apparently, before the sun comes up, throughout.
That was really cute, Chris.
Stop it.
I'm sorry, but speaking of
Oh my God.
Mr. Higuchi's camera went off, did everyone else hear that noise? There was like drilling sounds.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Was there noise? Oh, as you can see, I'm at a construction area, and there's maybe a little construction. People will stop there. Don't worry about that. It's okay. And yes. So don't worry. I use eye protection. So I'm fine. So yeah. Please, Phil. Not to worry
Whoever
about.
came to visit you fine? For the meeting?
He's in a much better place. Let me tell you, Mr. Okamoto, much better place.
Oh, Phil, I see that you're having a reaction here. What are you feeling? What are you thinking?
I just, my imagination is going a little wild right now, and I feel like Mr. Okamura is maybe no longer with us.
Okamoto.
Okamoto. It's Okamoto. Yes.
Is he dead? Did you kill him?
Oh.
Oh, where do you get these silly ideas? No, of course not.
Phil, breathe.
Yeah, I was.
Please breathe, Phil. This is not to worry.
There was something I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. There was a sound that was. I didn't hear it as a drill, but it could have been a drill. And I don't know.
Perhaps one of the workers. Oh, I think you're thinking about this. This is a Makita drill. Makita drill. So.
Can you press the button on it, please?
Oh, sure.
Is that what you heard?
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Why is that right next to you, Carlos?
All these workers, they're so busy today. But now I'm giving them the afternoon off. So don't worry about the interruptions, the sounds. It'll be fine. So please go on with the meeting. This is not important. It's not important business. Believe me, it's not important business.
Is that a cordless one?
Yes, cordless.
I like those. Makita's a really good brand.
Very reliable. Can cut through anything. Soft materials, hard. Like.
Carlos, is Mr. Okamoto still there with you?
Oh no, he's been. My men have escorted him back to his home. They're probably on their way back to his home with him.
That's good.
I don't know. That is funny. We've done business for so long.
this you're doing, Carlos?
I think Gordon chewed through the wire.
I think, Phil, you need to bring Gordon out as your therapy or your, what do they call it?
Emotional
Support.
support.
Emotional support. That's it. Thank you.
That's not what they.
Bless you, Ruben.
It was coffee.
Oh,
It was a cough.
Ruben, you were saying, I think you were giving advice to Phil at this moment. He's feeling triggered, I think. Was that
Yeah.
it?
I was just asking Phil to kind of do the two-step exercise that we were working on last Thursday in session, and I think this will kind of get you through. You're a very sensitive human being, Phil, and sometimes you have to kind of bring it in and not be so exposed to everything, all the stimuli that is out there. Let the imagination run away.
Ruben, do you have something on your
Very good
face?
advice.
What?
Do you have something on your face?
Oh my God.
What is that?
It's a piece of lettuce. I was having some chipotle, and I guess it kind of.
It's very good.
I didn't even see that. I don't look at myself. I'm looking at everybody else. So, thank you. Thank
Oh,
you.
sure. Phil, did you get all that?
Yes, I'm gonna go get some Chipotle after the meeting. I think it'll help me feel better.
Good. Yes. Comfort food can be very, very valuable. That's for everyone. Food that gives you comfort, it's okay.
And that's why they call it soul food. It's good for the soul.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you, Dr. Escuchar.
You're welcome.
So moving on, I think we all know that if anything comes up on the news about a Mr. Okamoto, we know to do something about that. No first
Oh.
name.
That's what I wanted to ask. Speaking of Mr. Okamoto, was that his name? Carlos mentioned that he had some men escort him out. Now, since you own the ladies' club or the gentlemen's club, whatever you want to call it, I don't know what they are. Do you also have male escorts?
As a matter of fact, we do. Please give me your number. We'll talk. Okay, we'll talk, Leslie.
That's so kind.
No, hey, your first visit can be on the house.
Can I intercede here? Leslie, you know what you just asked about? You didn't ask about male dancers. You said male escorts.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So-
you know what it's like going to a wedding year after year by myself?
I don't. But I can imagine it's rather lonely.
Well, it's more of the questions that other people have for me. It's just too much. And if Mr. Higuchi would, gift me an escort for
Of course.
coming up in 10 days,
10
then
days.
the questions would just stop.
I will put you down. Okay, you got it.
I'm so excited. Thank you.
Yes. I will choose a very good one for you.
Well, we're taking care of a lot of things at this meeting.
Yeah, but
today.
And I do like men of color.
I have somebody for you, Leslie. Somebody just for you. Yes.
Speaking of, oh, sorry, Dr. Escuchar, go ahead.
I'm just going to make a point of order. We are really veering off of what we are really supposed to be doing here. We are delving into very personal issues that have no business at these meetings. And I just want to make the committee aware of the fact that we are crossing some very, very sensitive barriers, border lines, if you want to call it.
I think it's important for Phil to feel safe.
I do too. Yeah. And if I may,
Absolutely. Me
Grace.
too. I can echo that.
Gabe?
Thanks, Grace.
Okay.
Ruben, I think you're undermining Grace's authority here by kind of giving her like this backhanded insult. So if you could just maybe keep it in the notes or just message her privately, yeah, because I think that'd be just more respectful to her as.
Yeah, I didn't really see it as an insult, Gabe, because it was a message for the entire committee.
I just didn't like the way he was talking about how you're dealing with stuff, Grace. So I'm sorry.
Oh,
I forget. Yeah, I'm sorry.
This is a community council. It's not, you know, it's not a hierarchy.
It's not to get a male escort. You do that away from this. You don't do that here. You understand? I mean, there's just so many boundaries that we are breaking, and I'm not comfortable. I don't know if anybody. I'm not comfortable with this.
Doctor, I'm sensing you're triggered.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm dealing with a lot with the passing of my Elizabeth. Okay, I am, and I will admit that.
Ruben, Chipotle seems to work, so maybe you'd consider having some soul food after the meeting. That might help.
It's Chipotle, for God's sakes, man.
Chipotle, see, yeah, he's right.
I also want to acknowledge that Gordon did not come out of the routine unscathed. So having some compassion for Phil, as well as he's also going through some PTSD.
I think we're losing a sense of sensibility amongst us here. We are addressing things that are very, very triggering to people on this committee, and I think we need to be a little more sensitive about that.
No,
yes.
Are you
Let's
crying,
go,
Doctor?
Char.
Oh, goodness.
And excuse me.
It's all right for men to cry, Doctor. He didn't have to hide. You don't have to hide the camera.
His camera off.
Is he gone?
Dr. Escuchar, Phil's been crying this entire meeting, and it's totally acceptable and fine. If anything, it's commendable, Phil. So Dr. Escuchar, yes, please.
All right, I'm back. I'm sorry. All right, I feel a little better.
Hey, Ruben, you got that thing on your? Is that something on your lip or?
Is that cheese?
Is that corn?
Oh, I'm sorry. I used to.
Chipotle? You already had some?
Sorry.
What was that, cheese or corn?
Is that a cookie?
It's a kernel of corn.
Leslie, you got it.
I love corn.
You know, I just wanted to piggyback off of the last thing that Leslie said before Dr. Ruben Escuchar gave his lecture. People of color, men of color in particular, like we are all people of color, and you know we should really reflect our communities, and especially in light of the gentrification that's happening in all of the communities, we're lacking a certain shade in this council.
I'm glad you brought that up because I wasn't the only one that was noticing the lack of representation of
African Americans,
Caucasian Americans, white
Asian Americans, yes.
Yeah.
Asian.
Hipsters,
the Hmong, yeah.
But you know, speaking directly on the gentrification of Highland Park, Atwater Village, Los Feliz, you know, right?
All these places are.
Which is the communities that we represent.
Yes.
They're turning more and more white. So I think we should get some more representation on that front.
Make them feel welcome.
Yeah.
One of my best friends is a white man. Maybe I invite him. Yes, I tell him that all the time.
Huh?
Maybe we should set up a search committee to reach out into the community and see if there are residents.
Well, if they are qualified, you know, they must be qualified and articulate. You know,
Well,
there's a standard
what
that we need to
I'm
hold
sorry.
them to. I'm sorry, just.
What does that mean, qualified? I mean, do you think that they're not as smart as we are?
Well, I mean, if you go by the
I know
scores,
a few Caucasian people, and they are very educated.
Yeah, I have white friends. Yeah.
Same, yeah.
There's this whole stereotype of them being trailer park, whatever, and that's just not
Not
true.
at all. No.
That's
My friends drive Teslas. Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay, this is news to me. It's great. Good to know.
So maybe we need to reach out into those communities, into those European descendant communities, and try to get some more people.
I see. So give them a chance, an opportunity. I think given the opportunity, they would thrive in this community. I really strongly believe that. I strongly believe that.
To have someone who lives in the community to be able to listen to the concerns of the community that might in some way involve them. And so that they can be a little more sensitive to the needs of the community, they need to be here with us, listening to those concerns.
I have an idea.
Leslie.
White Wednesdays.
And what does that mean?
Well, we would have a meeting like this online, or, given, safety protocols, we could have it maybe in a parks, one of our local parks, of having the white people of the community to maybe present, like if they have poems or music. I know they like to do a lot of stand-up.
I love your idea, Leslie. Don't get me wrong, but I know Whole Foods, it's Wednesday's the busiest night, and I think in order to get the proper attendees, you might want to choose a different night. I know you like.
Perhaps we can have an event in a Whole Foods parking lot.
That's brilliant.
We need to reach out to those communities
and find them. The places they go, the things they do, the way they look at the world. Yes. Yeah. So, I like this.
I've also heard that they love doing improv. Maybe we can have a open mic improv opportunity for them.
Artist night, yeah.
That's very true. I've often seen them on the television doing these kinds of things. With Wayne Brady, of course.
Right.
Of course.
Wayne just kind of.
It legitimizes.
Yes. But I believe without Wayne present, I believe they will have something to contribute. Believe me, I think this is true. I believe this.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't we vote on that? Have White Wednesdays? Anybody want to move for White? Oh, Dr. Ruben Escuchar, you're making a face.
I'm making a big face. I'm going to. I don't know.
Why?
White Wednesdays. It's like saying, Mexican Mercules. I mean, why do you have to lay? It's just, what are we trying to accomplish here?
Inclusion is what we're trying to accomplish here.
There are Latino nights everywhere around the city.
Mexican Mondays, right?
That's what I was thinking too, Gabe. I was thinking Mexican Mondays too.
Yeah.
And I think that this is acting to divide people instead of bringing it. It's just sending a bad. It just sounds horrible. It sounds terrible.
Okay. Well, why don't we vote and see what comes out of that? Anyone want to move for White Wednesdays?
I move.
Thank you, Leslie. Leslie moves. Anybody second? Oh, well, you know what? Looks like I saw Carlos's hand first. So Carlos, you second. All in favor, aye. Raise your hand.
Aye.
And all opposed? All right. Thank you, Ruben.
And as long as we are in the Whole Foods parking lot.
Whole Foods. Now, which one?
Oh, why don't we just rotate?
Boom.
Very good. Boom.
Leslie, brilliant idea. All right.
Leslie, brilliant.
So this will be the one thing that we accomplish at this meeting tonight. Everybody, in a few days, we're going to have our town hall meeting on Sunday, August 29th at 7:45 p.m. So we'll see you there. Be prepared to face our constituents. Okay.
Fantastic. And I hope Tish can make it, but if not, I will be gladly take her place.
Carlos, you're very welcome here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
To make sure that in the minutes it shows that I was opposed.
Oh, yep. I'm sure Gabe has it down too.
Yeah, I have it. Polly wrote it down while you were opposing, Ruben.
All right. See you in a few days, everybody.
See you afterwards, Grace, to go over the notes.
The notes prepared.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you, everybody in the community of Angel Felicial for joining us today. It is our monthly town hall meeting. I'd like to introduce our town community council here. We have Dr. Ruben Escuchar, Carlos Higuchi, who is new to you all. He is here by proxy, replacing Tish O'Connell. Our next town hall, and maybe Carlos or Tish, we'll find out. Next, we have Gabe Rivera Atienza. Gabe, wave to everybody.
Thanks. I appreciate you.
I'm Grace Kim. We got Leslie Santiago.
Hello.
Love your scarf, Leslie.
Thank you.
And Phil Paloma, whom you all know. Phil, is Gordon with you today?
Oh, he is, but you know who is even better? I found a white person. My neighbor Stephanie is here, and she just wanted to say hello.
Wow. That's
A white person.
she's great.
I just
Phil.
want to say, Stephanie, I love white food.
Oh, that's great.
Stephanie, I have white friends and they drive Teslas, so I just wanted you to know that. Yeah.
Oh,
They might be related. We'll talk about it.
okay.
Yeah.
Stephanie,
Yeah.
howdy.
Hey.
Hi.
Isn't this great?
Welcome.
That's awesome, Phil.
Phil,
Oh my
bravo,
God.
Phil.
Very good. Very good.
Amazing.
Bye.
Thanks, Steph. We'll be in touch. Yeah. That's so cool.
We should write
Oh.
Stephanie a thank you card.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Flowers, they like flowers, right? Like as a thing.
I think so. Do white people like flowers?
Sure.
She said sure.
There you go.
Probably like carnation.
Oh, I wanted to tell her I find Modern Family very funny. I wish I could have told her that, but
You know-
that's okay.
We can write that in the card.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'll do that.
And I think we have that in the budget. Dr. Ruben Escuchar, just a reminder, you're still 3,200 short of the bill for the band.
I'm making monthly installments, so we paid off probably in 2025.
Okay, well, we said installments were fine, so we'll just make a note of that. Gabe and I will both make a note of that. Gabe and I did go over, you know what? Yeah, we went over the notes. They were great. The notes were just so good.
Third time through with those notes are freaking awesome. Oh, sorry.
I'm town hall meeting. So questions. We have Rachel here helping us moderate the questions between our I've got a hair thing. Between our constituents and our distinguished selves. Rachel, are there any questions?
Yes, I think our most pressing question is from Kathleen, who wants to know, is Carlos single?
Oh.
Oh, well, thank you very much. But yes, I happen to be single. So
And we
I get
also,
asked this all the time. So,
Grace, might we take questions that address community issues?
Right. I think we should address all questions as they come in out of
yes,
respect.
any questions?
It's
And,
getting
um,
to,
Good
people
idea.
want to get to
Great.
know who's on the council,
Yeah.
Doctor. I mean,
Exactly.
Sure. And it's 714-559-7786. So anyways,
You put it out there. Wow.
you can rename yourself and put your phone number right there too.
very
Email.
good, very good.
Email address. I don't know.
So I think we can check that off the list of questions.
Very important. Thank you. Oh, I feel great today.
Rachel, any other questions?
Yes, Lady Day wants to know, would you consider hosting a focus group with the community about a White Wednesday?
Absolutely.
Very good
I
idea.
think that is a goal, to reach out to our communities to get different perspectives. Norwegian, French,
Spanish. Yeah.
all of those perspectives. Yes,
Wait, there are differences?
Ukrainian, Russian,
Yeah.
Slovakian.
These things, I don't know these things. So this is
in France-
very, very informative.
in France, they speak French.
Oh, of course.
And in
Yes.
other European countries, they speak.
That's the language of love.
Yes, it is.
Stop.
Gabe, are you fluent in it?
Maison call. Oui. Yeah. Come on.
Oh my God, I feel very responsible for this. I'm sorry.
Pardon?
No, be sorry, Dr. Escuchara.
Yeah,
Thank you.
don't be.
Thank you.
All about love here, Ruben.
Love and joy.
Yes, love. Yeah, it's love. 714-559-4872.
So yes, we're definitely open for White Wednesday. Let's get some more voices in there. We'll post that somewhere.
You know, voices that have not been heard. I think that's what's very important here.
We should title that. We should use that as a title.
The unheard voices, yes.
Unheard voices. UV.
UV, yes. Good UV, not bad UV. Good UV.
Good UV.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Next question, Rachel.
This one is actually a follow-up. Would you consider hosting a French Friday?
Oh, like French fries. I love that's. You know what though? I thought that was white food. It is French. I love it.
I think you're right.
Oh, Leslie, you just went through a whole. Oh, I see your phone number there. Oh,
Yeah, I thought, in case anybody
For-
my phone number.
for that wedding in 6-7 days. Oh, did anything happen from the Carlos referral? To the.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay. Sorry, Ruben.
Leslie, I will not say anything. I will not say anything.
Let's just say thumbs up.
Oh, sorry. French Fridays.
French Fridays sound great.
French Fridays, yeah.
That sounds wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
It was French Friday before the
There-
meeting today.
There are French fry trucks. We
Yeah.
could have the food truck, right? At a French Friday event.
Yeah.
Perhaps we can have
You know what? We can rotate. It could be like French fries Fridays, and then French fondue Fridays.
French fromage Fridays.
Yeah, we can make it a thing.
Mac and fromage.
A total French thing. Yeah.
Ooh, wine tasting.
They like wine.
Are there any
They
wines
do
that start
like
with
wine.
S? I do
The
like
French
the
are known for
alliteration.
wines. Yeah.
Sorry.
Alliteration. I like the alliteration. Are there any wines that start with
Oh,
S?
alliteration.
Shiraz.
That would be like white wine would be for White Wednesdays.
That's what we should do for White Wednesdays. White wine Wednesdays. White wine Wednesdays. I love that. So we will consider it. Whoever asked that question about French Fridays. Thank you,
Very
Rachel.
good.
Last
Very good.
question for the evening.
Yeah, T. Miller wants to know, why aren't the notes to the meetings being posted for the public to view? What are you hiding?
I want to say personally, I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to hide. Just for the record.
Why aren't they being posted? I wasn't aware of that fact.
I don't think we've ever posted them.
We have them written. They're in analog form. Yeah, I did mention that I was using my iPad, but that was for the last meeting. But the prior meetings that were all done pen and paper. But we're in the process of digitizing those, and then we'll make them public whenever appropriate. Right, Grace?
Absolutely. Tim Miller, I want to say that's a very appropriate question. We apologize for that. They should absolutely be made public, and we will do that. We will do better.
Yeah.
I think they want to know when.
Soon as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, these things take time. So because they're analog. Yeah. So
We were frozen there for a second.
Do we need them translated into different languages, maybe?
Grace,
Like French,
like French. Yeah.
Hebrew.
absolutely.
Hebrew, German,
Swedish.
Swedish,
Maybe, yeah.
Gaelic.
Finnish. Yeah.
Okay, how about Spanish? Spanish.
You know, it's that's overdone. I mean, that's on every sign that we see nowadays.
Not to
so-
mention, like virtually all Spanish speakers in LA speak English.
Yeah.
That's true.
Virtually, and if
I
they
don't
don't, they know someone who does speak English. So
Yeah.
there's more
But
access.
the
Yeah,
ESL
yeah.
classes. So
Yeah.
yeah, they could translate it there.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, it's like Latinos are bilingual, but white people aren't.
Exactly.
Right.
They are not. That is a problem. Yes.
Show that compassion.
Yeah.
They didn't grow up with that, so.
Can you blame
All
me?
right.
Huh?
Well, thank you everybody for attending our town hall. This was my first town hall as president of this community council. But I would love to share this responsibility for the next time with Gabe.
Oh gosh, Grace, come on. You're doing such an amazing, fantastic job. I bow down to you. So
I
please.
bow down to you.
I would suggest a breakout room maybe for these two. Huh? Maybe.
Well, we'll work on the French translation after the meeting today. Right, Grace?
I took some high school French, and I think you took some college French there, Gabe. So maybe we can compare notes.
Are we done?
Yeah. Gabe, is there somebody in the apartment with you back there that's blurred?
No, this is just my background.
I
Ruben?
thought I saw somebody move in the background.
I think
What?
I saw something too, kind of a.
What?
Well, not all of us live alone, Doctor.
Yeah, back there. Something moving.
Something moving.
What is that?
It's very strange.
You guys, seriously, what are you guys talking about? Because this is just, I'm going to take my blur off.
Perhaps,
hold on.
perhaps it was a maid or something like
Okay.
that. Huh?
Ruben?
Huh?
It's kind of a messy desk.
His chair.
Huh.
Yeah. It's my chair, Ruben. There you go. See that?
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, what I saw looked more kind of like the silhouette of a young lady. But hey, it's just my eyes.
Oh,
I'm
she'd
sorry.
be walking
I
on the
think that's
desk.
just you. Yeah. No. There's.
Okay.
Okay, that must be my
Fine.
eyes.
It's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
it's fine.
Okay.
I should wear my
We'll
glasses.
talk about it.
Well,
afterwards.
community, Angel Felice-Dale, thank you so much for joining us. If you have more questions, we'll take care of it next month. In the meantime, we should support our local organizations. We've got Outside In Theater. You can visit them at outsideintheater.org. I think there will be a link that will be shared somewhere in the chat sphere. And also, there's this lovely Asian American improv group called Cold Tofu.
Oh,
Yes.
They're the
and-
nation's, apparently they're the nation's first and longest running Asian American improv troupe, and they have a website, coldtofu.com. So if you have a second, visit them, see what they're up to. And if you would like to donate to these wonderful organizations, outsideintheater.org, coldtofu.com, please go on those sites and you'll find links on their websites. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Dr. Ruben Escuchar, Carlos Iguchi, thank you. First time here joining us. Gabe Rivera Atienza.
Grace.
I'm Grace Kim, Leslie Santiago, 323-867-5309, and Phil Paloma. Thank you all very much. We'll see you next time.
Hi, Gordon.
Gordon!
I walk this life. The only steps I can. Steps too high. I'm just a man. If you see my face at your hour of death, don't shake. Don't shake in your boots, no, don't you fret. Cause I'm gonna take you down where the beats up.